I'm Reece.
I'm George.
I'm Blake. We're New Hope Club, and you're watching The Music Enthusiast.
I'm Sarah from Music Enthusiast, and today I'm here with New Hope Club. How are you guys?
Hello. We're
Yes.
great. Thank you for having us.
No problem. Thank you for having me. So, what is one word to describe your day today?
Our day today, I'd say Toronto-esque.
I'd say productive. We've done a lot of things today. We got up at 7
We did
7
two
a.m.
morning TV shows.
and
Oh,
guess
wow.
what? 2 morning shows in the morning.
One of them's a pre-record though.
Don't tell them that. Don't tell them
I would describe it as just happy, just a happy day.
Good.
Good.
Happy. Good.
Fine.
Nice.
Nice.
All right.
Nice is the worst word, I think.
You guys are in Toronto right now. Have you guys gone vintage thrift shopping yet?
You know what, I was thinking about going after this exact interview because I need like a warmer jacket. I didn't really bring anything. We came from LA, so I didn't realize it was going to be like really cold. So I need to go grab a warm jacket. And we're going
It's
to
gonna be-
watch
well,
hockey
say-
tomorrow.
It's going to be quite warm
In
this
Mexico.
weekend
In
and in
Mexico.
Mexico.
Yeah, but that's fine.
Yeah.
I need one anyway. We're heading back to London soon, so
Is it really chilly in Toronto right now?
no, it's not too bad. It's
No,
just
it
Okay.
was yesterday. It was
little-
quite cold this morning, but it's
It's a little bitter
warmed
sometimes.
up.
Yeah, because I was gonna say I'm in Montreal right now, and it's actually like warm. Like
Really?
it's scary, but it's nice.
I want some snow.
Yeah.
Me too. I don't want the cold though. So
Kind of comes with it.
yeah,
yeah,
They
exactly.
do go hand in hand.
On to the music. I mean, you guys just released LUSH and Walk It Out. They are so good. I'm obsessed with LUSH personally. It's so catchy.
Thank
So why did you pair these two singles together?
We started doing this A side, B side thing at the start of this project, and the first two songs was really just trying to show you the spectrum of the album, like both sides of it. Whereas then the past two have sort of fitted together more, like similarities, and I think that they're probably the most rocky songs on the album. It sort of represents maybe more similar to how we sound live, so they just kind of fitted well together.
They also kind of lead on to like the releases after this. Like
Mhm.
it kind of opens up the doorway to what's coming next. So it's kind of like a hint / teaser of what's coming out after these songs. So Walk It Out will kind of carry on to the next song.
Slowly building the blocks, and at the
Yeah.
end it's a magical castle.
Yeah,
You just wait.
No, that-
amazing.
You're up to the first floor right now.
Awesome. And yeah, like it's totally influenced by your I'm gonna say older music, but you get the point. Like the A side, B side sort of thing, as you mentioned. Along with the older music that you guys listen to and still listen to, what are your favorite albums of all time?
That's
Yeah,
so
I think
hard.
it's
I'm gonna go Rubber Soul. I just love that album.
the Making Movies album by Dire Straits has always been one of my favorites. I think it's amazing.
Rumors, Fleetwood Mac,
Mhm.
Stone Roses, just the one with the lemon and the green paint.
I love the Vampire Weekend album.
Father of the
Yeah.
Bride.
Father of the Bride. I
Mm.
think that's so cool.
That's really cool. I think the first Catfish and the Bottom album is amazing.
Oasis,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Morning Glory.
New Hope Club's new album.
Nope. album will probably
That's
be
not
one
out
of
yet,
my
but-
favorites.
I've actually never heard of them. I've never heard of New Hope Club before. But
Yeah, they're
Overrated.
overrated anyway.
Probably underrated.
and I noticed on these latest double single cover arts that you just released, very much primary colors. It started off with the color yellow and then it went to red and blue. Are you sticking with this theme or will you expand on the color wheel?
We've sadly run out of primary colours right now.
Yeah, we're gonna have to branch out a little bit.
We have to make new ones.
We listened to like all the releases at the start and just had a conversation about like what those songs remind us of, like in our minds, like what color do we see. We love like drawing visual things from music, whether it's like the music video or the cover, or we have like quite a clear picture of what we want and we know what we want. And as you've noticed, like the first release getting better, very positive and upbeat kind of summery songs. So we went with Yellow and yeah, so on, with the new songs being Blue and Lush and Walk It Out. It's just it's kind of like for your own interpretation.
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 No.
Precipitation.
No feeling.
Did you have all the singles planned out and then you just sort of matched them? Or did you like already from the start know which single would go with which song?
Yeah, I think like even though it's like an A and a B, like we're trying to kind of just look at them as like both lead singles. So it wasn't like we were just finding a song from the album that sort of matched like one single we were driving. We just thought that, you know, which two songs like give the fans an idea of where we are right now and what we think they want to hear and what they want to hear in order. Like it was kind of us thinking what shows it off best and what are the fans going to want to hear. So it was just kind of quite a few things put together just like that made the pairings.
Beautiful. And off of this record, most if not all of the instruments you're hearing is actual instruments. When you're writing music, what usually comes first? Do you notice like a pattern in the creative process at all?
It changes, honestly, every time it's different, which is kind of the exciting part about writing songs. It's like the thing that never gets boring. You could go into a studio and you can just be sat at a piano, you can play a wrong note and then be like, oh, hang on, that's kind of cool. And then you can kind of just work your way like that. So yeah, it changes from like we can just be jamming in a room and like literally joking around, singing random melodies, and then figure out, oh, that sounds, we should work on that. So yeah, we've done it like that a few times. We've also had
We did like a lot of this
voice
album
notes.
on Zoom, obviously, because we did like it started off in COVID and we were working with our friend Ross Golan a lot, and he's in America, so
Yeah.
only way we could do sessions was on Zoom with him or FaceTime. So it was quite a new experience doing like introducing writing into this world because obviously you can't jam at the same time. There's like the delay and everything. So that was all a bit strange, but we kind of got into it. And yeah, but honestly, every song is so different. It's just it has its own story.
Did you have to be like, okay, I'm gonna play something, now you go? Did you have to like sort of plan out who was doing what when?
Sort of, yeah. Kind of just had to like there's a lot of muting yourself when someone's playing and then like because then I would mute myself while one of these is playing and then like try and sing different melodies or whatever so that you wasn't crossing over. It got pretty good at the end though.
Yeah.
I mean, we think the album's pretty good, so
I would
it
hope so.
really works.
Yeah,
Because
working with Ross Golan, that's like insane. He's written hits for like Flo Rida, like Selena Gomez, you name it. So what's it like thinking like, okay, like I am a part of this world too?
crazy. We've obviously been such big fans of songwriting in general, artists, but also like people like Ross. They've made careers for so many artists and like made songs that have broken people. With Ross, we didn't have like he's not like brought in songs like where it's just like you should use this song or anything. He's really taken us on board to develop us and just try and be that supporting figure that we can turn to and just play our ideas to. And yeah, it's been like just a friendship more than anything.
And what was the hardest track released so far?
Killed Us Both we originally had in a different way. Like it was a lot more like a stroke song. It was quite rocky, but we loved the lyrics in that song and wanted to strip it back, and we kind of had to re-look at the song and get in the studio and just try something new with it and let the lyrics shine. So we had to rethink that. I suppose that one took probably the longest over the album, but I mean, usually the harder songs to write are not very good ones.
Yeah.
The good songs usually flow quite easily.
And what was the fastest song to make that you just got like in a few hours maybe?
The same release as Girl Does Both, Getting Better, we wrote, I think it was in about 40 minutes, maybe 40, 45.
Wow.
The melodies just kind of literally came out of us like straight away, pretty much like the first pass. And then the lyrics, we just fit to it so well because like we said earlier, it's just like a very upbeat, positive, happy song. We're kind of writing from that personal standpoint of how we were feeling at the time because we were starting to come out of like the lockdown side of things in England. Things were starting to open up, so everything was, in some way getting better for us, like personally. So yeah, that was definitely like one of those moments that everything kind of came together, and all happened very, very fast. I can't really remember it. It was sort of like a blur.
And did you find it hard not to write about COVID since it was like the main thing in your life practically at that time?
We wrote a lot about our experiences during COVID, like our relationships under strain and, missing everyday life. And we probably didn't like directly write about COVID, but we definitely addressed how we were feeling during that time.
Yeah, because you couldn't escape it. Like you were literally trapped in your own house for like a year or something.
I think using like songwriting is a great way of like escapism for us. Like it's a way you can kind of just put hours of your time into making almost like a made up story. If you want, you can literally do anything. There's no limit to it. So I think that kind of kept us so busy, and like us just experimenting with pushing ourselves, writing about different things, like rewriting stuff. If like we thought there was something in a song, we'd go back and we'd actually kind of like, because a lot of time if you write a song you kind of leave it and then you get something called like demoitis, which sounds really brutal, but it's not. It's basically where you fall in love with like the demo of the song and then you can't really change it or you don't know how to. So we kind of just like took a step back, readdressed everything, and would go in on some songs if we thought there was something in there that was special.
In the past 5 years, we never really had any time to like spend like a good amount of time in the studio. Like we'd maybe do like 2 weeks on a writing trip, or it was all kind of here and there. Whereas we just went to like different Airbnbs, like we said, but we were there for like a month, so it was like we kind of felt like a proper band in a way, to actually like take time out to do the album, which we might not have had if COVID hadn't happened. So obviously it was a crazy time, but for us, we're really happy with the music that was able to come out of it, at least.
And Blake, as you mentioned in the demoitis as well, like that takes time, right? Like you're a band for years, so comparing like when you started out and now, like you learn how to like deal with that as well.
100%, yeah. I mean, yeah, we were so young when we were brought into it. Had like, and we've written with so many amazing people, but I think at the start, you have that feeling of like we're not at the level to really say no, if that doesn't really work for us. We're just kind of eyes open, ears open, ready to learn and just see what people think about the band, where they think it should be taken. And we were listening to that opinion, and I think up to that point we were so happy and didn't really maybe think about it as much as we did once COVID hit, and then we realized it's been what 5 years, 5-6 years, let's do it ourselves now, and still have like Ross involved, but make the calls.
Awesome. And if you could describe your music, whether it's the new music that's releasing or as a whole, as an animal, which animal would it be and why?
Good question.
As Benedict Cumberbatch once said, a penguin.
Okay.
Why a penguin?
I just thought it was funny.
I know why a penguin, because on the first day we had of writing this like album together, we were all sat at a farm very far away in the middle of nowhere, and there was no heating on, and we all huddled up together like penguins on a sofa because there was no heating. So penguin is the animal. I'd also say maybe a dog, just because there's a lot of love in this album.
Yeah.
It's positive.
It's
always
positive.
wagging its tail.
It's always wanting to play.
I love it. And my last question for you guys is, who are your favorite artists right now?
We love Vampire Weekend.
I think 1975 album's really cool.
Very cool album. Love the production on it.
I really like the new Taylor Swift album. I think that's really cool.
The new Black Keys album was very cool.
That's cool.
The new Arctic Monkeys album is really, really good.
That's right.
The musicianship of that band and the way they've created this, like it doesn't feel like a single release kind of thing. It's just like a group of like good music. So yeah, that was really cool to listen to for sure.
Steve Lacy's album as well was cool.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for chatting with me, guys. It was so much fun, and I hope you go vintage thrift shopping tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Get himself
much.
a nice little coat on.